Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today, I wasn't totally sure what to do for the Crack-a-Pack. Being in kind of this weird liminal space right before a new set comes out. The whole thing has been spoiled and we're just waiting on the new set to drop. So I thought it might be a good time to do a throwback. If I had thought ahead, I could have picked up an OG Strixhaven pack, but I didn't. The good news is, though, there's plenty of packs to pick from here. I've been accumulating these ever since starting my channel, with no real plan about what to do with them. Figured I might revisit them sometime in the future, so I thought it would be fun to pull a pack at random and see what we get. So yeah. Everything in here is roughly arranged from oldest to newest. I guess there are technically 4 rows here. But this is all more recent stuff like Avatar and Spider-Man. There's some Lore When Eclipsed down here. So I'm just going to focus on these 3 rows so I don't get something too recent. And if I'm being honest, I really hope it's something from one of these 2 rows, because it's been such a long time since we looked at any of them. Let me grab some dice to help us choose our pack. My dice all live inside a Lego, and I get comments on it all the time. Okay. Let's pick the row first. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we got a 4. That'll be the middle row. Let's see what our options are. Whoops. Sorry. Alright. We've got Phyrexia, all will be 1. I'm gonna set aside these set boosters since those aren't really draftable. I will include collector boosters though, because those are fun. We've got March of the Machine. Lord of the Rings. There's Commander Masters. Wilds of Eldraine. Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Murders at Karlov Manor, and Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Alright, so we've got 8 sets. Let's roll a d8 to pick the set we're opening. And then we can roll again to pick the exact pack we're opening. Let's do 1 through 4 on the top and 5 through 8 on the bottom. A 5. So that means we're opening Wilds of Eldraine. Let's get these moved out of the way. Okay. We've got 6 packs of Wilds of Eldraine. A nice even number. So back to a 6-sided die. We'll do 1 through 3 and 4 through 6. A 2. So this is the pack we'll be opening today. I have to say, I was kind of hoping for a collector booster. Of course, they are more exciting to open. But I recently did a collector booster draft with some friends that I was visiting, and it was quite the experience. I don't know if I'll ever be the same again. But anyway, Wilds was fun to draft. There was a pretty sick bonus sheet for this set with like heuristic study and stuff on it, so maybe we'll hit something good. Let's see what we get. First up, we've got Break the Spell. It is a single white for an instant at common. Destroy target enchantment. If a permanent you controlled or a token was destroyed this way, draw a card. As Hilda watched Ruby drag Kellen's unconscious form through the cold, Hilda felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Compassion. Woo. Scream Puff is 4 and a black for a 4/5 horror at common with Death Touch. Whenever Scream Puff deals combat damage to a player, create a food token. Too much sugar is bad for your health. Gross. Ice Out is 1 blue for an instant at common with Bargain. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it's bargained. Counter target spell. Hilda built an ice statuary from all those who couldn't understand. Go away. Right on. Verdant Outrider is 2 and a green for a 4/2 human knight at common. Pay 1 and a green. Verdant Outrider can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn. Some knights who survived the invasion have forsaken what remains of their courts. The newly formed Verdant Order has sworn to defend the last untouched part of the wilds. Not bad. Ooh, we've got an adventure card. Minecart Daredevil is 2 and a red for a vanilla 4/2 dwarf knight at common. With Ride the Rails, which is 1 and a red for an instant adventure. Target creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Minds that once rang with the strikes of pickaxes now echo with the shouts of reckless glee. I think Prepared is going to be an improvement over Adventure, which was already pretty good, so I'm excited for that. Troublemaker Oof is 1 and a green for a 2/2 Oof at common with Bargain. When Troublemaker Oof enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. Heavy is the head that wears the vase. Johann's Stopgap is 3 and a blue for a sorcery at common with Bargain. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it's bargained. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Just stay in there for 1 second. Yeah. Seems really good if you can bargain it. Kellen's Lightblades is 1 and a white for an instant at common with Bargain. Kellen's Lightblades deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If this spell was bargained, destroy that creature instead. Kellen struck out on pure instinct, and his conjured blades cleaved through the icy guardians, as though they were nothing but air. Ash, Party Crasher, is red-white for a 2/2 legendary human peasant at uncommon with haste and celebration. Whenever Ash attacks, if 1 or more non-land permanents entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on Ash. Get up and dance. Let your feet thunder like forge hammers. Yeah, seems good. Ariette's Tempting Apple is 4 for a legendary artifact food at uncommon. When Ariette's Tempting Apple enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Pay 2 and tap and sacrifice Ariette's Tempting Apple. You gain 3 life. Or pay 2 and tap and sacrifice Ariette's Tempting Apple. Target opponent loses 3 life. Howling Galefang is 2 green for a 4/4 beast at uncommon with vigilance. Howling Galefang has haste as long as you own a card in exile that has an adventure. I have to hand it to you, Yorvo. Since your pet showed up, not a single small folk has even made it to the door of my vault. Balloona Grand Squall. Oh, nice. The rare is Regal Bunnicorn. It is 1 and a white for a star, Rabbit Unicorn at rare. Regal Bunnicorn's power and toughness are each equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. It's entirely peaceful, as long as you don't try to pet it, pen it, take its food, take its hide, sit on its grass, or dress it up in colorful garb for human holidays. Sterwin, Boundarylands Ranger. Very cute, but formidable. Oh, nice. Our bonus sheet card is Curiosity. It is a single blue for an enchantment aura at uncommon. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Voltri gasped. The strange new coral was not coral at all, but a fallen Dreywalker. But how did it get to the bottom of Loch Lorent? The merfolk who walked. A foil full art plains. A swamp. And a tip card. Alright. So for this pack's pack 1, pick 1. I think I would have to choose between the Bunnicorn and Curiosity. Both I think are very strong. Curiosity, especially if you get it on a creature with trample or some kind of evasion. And in my experience, the Bunnicorn can get super out of hand. It is a very cheap late game threat and can kind of just come out of nowhere. The downside, I guess, is if you struggle to keep creatures on the board, then it's not that strong, but Curiosity is going to have the same issue. And for just 2 mana, it's not that high a cost to pay. Whereas I think the ceiling on this one is pretty high. Honestly, I think both of these are really good picks, but if I had to choose, I guess I would go with the Bunnicorn. But let me know what you think. And I would also love to hear what you think of this style of Crack-a-Pack, where we rolled to pick a pack at random. And yeah. Are you looking forward to Secrets of Strixhaven coming up next week? Any cards in particular you really want to play with? Let's talk about it down in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I hope you have a wonderful day.